Everything's been bananas. Feel like we're gonna have a heart attack up here at one point. I'm ready to start the game. I know you're ready to start the game. Let's get the playoff action rolling.
Well, here we go. Kev will have it first. And he'll start his drive at the 27. Winner will face Blocky in the Elite Conference Championship. Drini's already punched his ticket. True Boy's already punched his ticket over on the Legend side of the conference. And the Madden Bowl, just a few games away. It's been an incredible season, started way back in February. Been a long road. They can see it off in the distance. Can they get there?
You remember, at a Challenger event earlier in this year, you heard Stevie J said, nobody believed in me. Nobody thought I would be here after he won that major event to qualify for the Madden Classic. Well, if they doubted you then, Stevie, they can't be doubting you now, because here you are in a $20,000 game and one game away from that conference finals against Blocky. Got to leave it all out there on the virtual gridiron.
2nd and 22. Grant able to get to the 34. I'll be honest, when I looked at the Elite Conference roster of these 8 players, 2 weren't going to make it. I really felt like Stevie J would maybe be in the bottom of those 2. But he's stuck with a game plan, and he's 1 game away from being in the Final Four.
Well, I'll tell you what, he continues to be the underdog. Got to talk to Blocky briefly. Thoughts on who he thought was going to win this game. He liked Kiv. And people just continue to doubt Stevie. I don't know why at this point.
Of course, Kiv and Top Madden, the same crew as Blocky.
That's fair.
Got to go with the fam.
That's the PC answer, huh?
First drive. Easy does it down to the 39 already. Delay. McKinnon. Juking and jiving his way to the 24. 15-yard gain.
Kiv's done a good job of getting McKinnon involved. He's so known for his passing game, but once he gets that McKinnon with some speed in space, he's made some magic happen.
He's used 2 backs interchangeably. He's Langford for a little bit. Now he's got McKinnon in this big divisional playoff game. Wentz slides down at the 16-yard line, a gain of 7. What about the playbooks for these guys?
So for Stevie J, he's going to be in this Baltimore defensive playbook and the Houston Texans offense. The young kid, we got him in the West Coast offensive playbook and that New England Patriots defense.
Wentz stands tall, throws a strike, and Bo Jackson holds on. The legend, and Kiv strikes first.
Kiv showing some emotion, $20,000 game. He's got goals to accomplish. He's been here before. He knows what it takes to make those final games. He's trying to get back, and that's a good start right there for a big touchdown drive on your opening possession.
Blows it down the field, 7 plays, 72 yards, 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
The question is, how is Stevie J going to respond in this big game, the biggest game of Stevie J's life to date?
And Herschel get wrapped up at the 24. Interesting having Herschel Walker on the kick return team. He's a big part of your offense. You don't want to fatigue some of your star players in special teams unless you can break a big one.
It's a really good point, Scott. He is very reliant on that Herschel Walker. He doesn't have a backup running back on his roster.
You think Kiv knew that? Kicked it to the left side of the field? That's diabolical.
I wouldn't put it past Kiv. These guys are so well prepared. They do so much research. They watch a lot of tape on each other.
So they're going to set their audibles here. Disregard that flag. There's a sportsmanship. Takes a little time to customize your audibles on the fly. They agree to that before the game. You don't have to do that, but let's be honest, the sportsmanship in the Ultimate League has been phenomenal all season.
And when you're saying those audibles on the fly and them setting it, what they're doing is at the play call screen, they're choosing what plays they want to take with them to the line of scrimmage. So a guy like Stevie J is going to put in his audibles. You only get 4 audibles. He's going to make sure he has that pitch play and that dive play in his audible. So when he gets to the line of scrimmage, he can look at your defensive front and then audible to the play that he feels gives him the best success chance. These guys are surgical with the audibles that they set. They make sure they have a play for all situations that they take with them to the line of scrimmage.
Mariota, 22-yard gain. How many times has he run that route to Ingram this season? It's been his go-to money play.
And you know what opens that up? It's his prolific run game. You got to get everybody in the box and commit to this pitch right here.
And Walker, he's off to the races. And we might be tied if he can get by Harrison Smith. And Herschel has done it again.
Oh my goodness, Herschel Walker. We've seen him have speed, we've seen him truck, we've seen him stiff arm. Now you see him get to the outside, get the juke move going. And I was wondering how Stevie J was going to respond. He responded just fine in the biggest game of his life.
He knows every time he runs the pitch play, he has an opportunity to take it for second. He makes a man miss.
Oh my goodness!
And there goes Hill, 20, 10. Touchdown, Kev Swaggy.
Oh my gosh, you want to talk about action? Let's talk about these Ultimate League playoffs. It's where it happens at.
Kick is up, and it is good. You do not have time to go make a ham sandwich.
Oh, that is frustrating with your Stevie J. You respond to young kids' opening scoring drive. You get a big run. You think you got some momentum. And then here comes young Kiv, just punches you square in the mouth on special teams. Here's the big run, the first touchdown by Stevie, and here's a nice juke right here. Whoopsie, little click on, click off by Kiv, he pays for it. Stevie was amped, but Kiv responded.
You don't have time for a ham sandwich, but you might want to get your popcorn ready here in the trilogy between these two. Stevie 1-1, Kiv 1-1. And what a return by Tyreek.
Look at this stick work, just swerving all over the field. We've talked about some of those lower-rated players that these guys have on special teams because of the budget. And look at the emotion by the killer.
Good stop there. That's a loss of 6. That'll push it back to 3rd and 10. And these are the situations that you want to get Stevie J in and watch for Ingram. Shannon Sharp is also a threat. Has the corner covered up, but goes back to Jerry Rice. How did I forget about him?
I'm impressed with Stevie J. We've seen him get in these 3rd and long passing situations several times during the season and in these playoffs. And if you don't think his passing game's real, he's converted many of those 3rd and long situations. And that's what makes him such a deadly player. He has one of the best ground games, if not the best ground game in all of Ultimate League, maybe in all of Madden. But when you can dial up that hot one when you need to, that's going to elevate your game to the next level.
And 3rd and 10 for him could still be a running down. That's why you got to respect it. Goes up.
He's got that.
Ingram! Touchdown! That's a tight end with speed.
The action just don't stop, Scott. And we told you the first 2 matchups between these players that they split were both one-possession ball games. And they're picking up right where they left off, going back and forth, back and forth. This is like a boxing match. That's a slugfest. It's Ward Gotti out here.
Just took him 51 seconds to tie the ball game. Can Hill do it again? Wrapped up at the 28. Kidd will have to go the passing game. Look at this bomb.
Nice sound effects, Scott. I didn't know you had that in you.
1st and 10 at the 28. Ingram, the tight end, got loose. Wow. Now back to Kiv. Takes a sack.
That Ingram, that's just not any old Evan Ingram. That's the team of the year, 92 overall. Phenom Evan Ingram. Big sack.
Push him back to the 21, 2nd and 17. This game could come down to one stop, even if it's early. Another sack.
We've seen Stevie have success with this 3-4 defense against this gun bunch. We've seen him lock up Skim. We've seen him give Kiv some fits. Now he's got him in a big 3rd and 21.
Ball to 17. Remaining seconds of the quarter. Wentz pump faked. Gotta let it fly. 3 straight sacks for Yannick. That's why they call it Saxonville.
And Saxonville, Yannick just got Kiv into a 4th and 29. He's gonna have to get his boot out. Punt this rock back to Stevie J, Steven Jaworowski.
Kiv was allowing 5 sacks per game. That was 3 sacks in a row. At the end of one, we're tied at 14. Still a long way to go. Start of the second quarter here in the divisional round of the playoffs here in the Ultimate League. 14-14 between Stevie J and young Kiv. That 3-4 defense has been powerful. And I think young Kiv might go for this. We've seen some players do that, especially within their own 10. They know if they don't make it that they could come up with a quick goal line stand and get the ball right back.
He's going to get the boot out. He's going to punt this rock.
And this is going to be an ugly one. This is going to be an ugly punt here, folks. He's
going to have a chance to return it.
Gets away, that's Renfro. And hops over Bo Jackson to the 24.
Heard a hoist Gracie. Stevie showing a little Stixon Gracie right there. Showing off his Stixu.
That out of position Heath item at punter. It is a razor thin accuracy meter. It actually got away a decent punt. That's probably the best punt you could have with Heath. Gave up a little bit of return yardage. Hands it off to Walker up the gut. He gets stuffed.
Big for Stevie though. That bad punt, you don't got a real punter on your roster. You can't really boot the ball down there. But such a big 4th and long situation, you have to kick it. And Stevie already in field goal range.
Hands it off to Walker.
It takes a lot of pressure off of you, Scott, when you're playing competitive Madden, you're in a tie ball game with the ball, and you get yourself in field goal range. You then can take a deep breath and know that as long as you don't do something really dumb or make a bad mistake, you should at least be able to get the lead. That's a really good feeling when you're playing on this high a level.
Pitch to the right. Can he get to the edge? Turns it up, and a good hit. That was Brown that came over and flipped him upside down.
Big tackle right there by Kiv. Going to force Stevie into the 4th and 2 where he's got to kick this field goal.
So make it a 3-point lead for Stevie J. It's up, and it is good. Plenty of leg. Now it's a 3-point deficit for Kiv. He's already turned a kick thus far.
Stevie J, the 22-year-old from Clearwater, Florida. Shea Kivlin, the 20-year-old from Seattle, Washington. Both of these guys playing this game with their Ultimate League lives on the line, Scott. It's going to be a big drive here for the Kiva.
Fake snap, got Stevie J to jump. That'll be worth 5 yards, 1st and 5. 3:50 to go. Already 31 points combined. These guys put up a whole heck of a lot of points. And they face each other the 2 previous times. And furthermore, a whole lot of yards as well.
You got to be careful if you Kiv. You got to protect that quarterback. Lucky Stevie didn't get one of those big hit or strip animations. Wentz liable to let that ball go.
1st and 10 now. Second straight penalty. There's coaching adjustments in game, and you can set your defensive line to aggressive. Sometimes you pay the price. Good throw to Warfield. Can't get free. 5 for 5 for Kiv in the passing game. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3.
Looked like Kiv had the post route on the right side of the screen, breaking wide open over the middle of the field. Just missed the read. Could have got himself a big gain right there. Rare missed read from young Kiv.
3 minutes to go in the half. Here comes the blitz. Low throw, and Grant.
How good are these guys, Scott? When you see them, there's pressure right in their face. Doesn't look like there's anywhere to go, and they just get the ball out right in time. And not only do they get it out, they get it out for a completion. And in that case, a big first down.
And for me, I completely buckle. It's either a sack or a pick.
My legs start getting wobbly when I see that pressure. These guys, they just stand firm in that pocket and have all the confidence in the world with what they're doing.
This time picks up the blitz. Has to check down again. Hill spins off. Gonna get close to the 30-yard line. They'll mark him officially down at the 31. 7 for 7 now in the passing game.
And this is a huge play for Kiv because not only does it get him the first down, gets him in the field goal range, or he should be able to at least tie this game unless he finds a way to turn it over.
He's gonna take it to the 2-minute warning. 17-14. They're in the rubber match. They met twice in the regular season. They were both in that Division B of the Elite Conference. Included Skimbo and Spot Me Please, who are both belt winners. But it's Stevie J and Kiv who made it out. 2 minutes to go in the half. Wentz can't. Oh. I was about to say he couldn't get rid of it. Somehow, falls harmlessly to the turf as an incomplete pass.
Tell you what, Stevie J is getting after the quarterback. We've given him a lot of credit for his run game this season, but his defense hasn't been too bad either. He's been able to dial up a lot of pressure from this 3-4 formation. And it's a unique formation. When we watch these guys, they're usually in a dollar 1-4-6, the nickel 3-3-5, nickel 3-3-5 odd. And here comes Stevie J with a little 3-4 to change the pace, and he's been catching some of these players off guard.
2nd and 5, hands it to McKinnon. Third and 6. Ball at the 27, 1:54 to go in the half. 2 timeouts each.
Stevie, you really want to get a stop here, force Kiv to kick the field goal and give yourself a chance to get the ball back with plenty of time.
Can't take a sack. Good job, playmaker into Grant, who slips his way all the way down to the 4.
Good play by Kiv. Look at this execution, this patience, steps to the right to buy some time. Could have been.
Got caught up on Tyreek Hill there.
Yeah, he looked like he could have got to the outside and scored a tutty.
2nd and goal. Might be able to get Stevie J out of that final timeout, work a little more clock. Got McKinnon in the eye. Twin to the left.
Ooh.
And that'll be half the distance to the goal.
It's going to help him out. And if you're Stevie J right there, I don't know if he was on the aggressive pass rush, but you definitely don't need to be.
He might have slipped his mind after the long gain down to the red zone. 1st and goal from the 2. Clock stop with 1:45 to go here in the first half. Scott Cole and RG with you here in the divisional round of the playoffs of the Elite Conference. We know 3 of the 4 players that will be at the Madden Bowl. And McKinnon will sweep into the end zone.
A big drive right there from young Kiv to take the lead here in the 2nd quarter. But now if you're Stevie J, you have 1:42, 1 timeout, you're down 4 points. And you can really get a ton of momentum going into this 2nd half. That's most likely much needed if you could put a scoring drive together here.
Drini is in. True Boy is in. Blocky is in. All part of Tom Madden. Can their crew guy right here, Kiv on the right, can he join them for an all-top Madden Bowl? Say that a few times fast. 1st and 10. Walker. It's a big 95 seconds here for Stevie J.
And he's got enough time. You know, he's not in a situation where he has to air the ball out. He can try to get the run game going, as you saw him do right there on the 1st down. The key here is, if you're Stevie J, though, you can't have any critical turnovers that let Kiv turn this situation into points for himself.
Stevie, a part of that Noble Esports team. They also have Prodigy on their roster, who was part of our top 16 Madden players here in the Ultimate League. 3rd and 9.
It's going to be a big play right here. Stevie J, Scott. This will determine if Kiv's going to get the rock back or not. He's got no time. There he goes with Mariota. Big hit by Kiv. And Stevie, fortunate that the ball does not come out right there. Usually when your quarterback gets hit stick like that, it's a remedy for disaster and a fumble. Stevie J needs to feel fortunate right there, and I think he's going to go for this. This is going to be a big play here. Look at that hit.
Almost
this is huge.
Fumbled. 4th and 2. Into Ingram. There's the play I talked about. It's been there all season long.
You said it, Scott. And when you got the 92 overall Evan Ingram, who's able to catch the ball in traffic, he's going to be able to come up big for you in that situation, unless a wide receiver might have dropped that.
2nd and 10 now. Clock on the move. Gets away from the pressure. Covers up again. And works it to the 17, and he'll use a timeout here. 26 seconds to go. He cannot stop the clock.
How about the guts of Stevie J, though? 4th down in his own territory. Clock's ticking. Back against the wall. Doesn't hesitate. Goes for it. Keeps the drive alive, and now here he is chasing a touchdown.
20 seconds now.
He's not even going to mess around.
And he knows once you start the meter, Kiv cannot call the timeout.
And more importantly, he caught Kiv in a normal defense, so Kiv not in a field goal block. Don't even got to worry about getting the kick block. That's a smart ball right there by Stevie J.
It's up and it's good, and the lead is now only 1 for Kiv. Here at the half, the money's on the line, the position's on the line, and this has been a heck of a divisional round playoff game.
Yeah, what do you expect? You got a 1-point ball game, 2 high-level competitors with their Ultimate League lives on the line, an additional $20,000 to be won. It's a $20,000 game of Madden. And this is playoff football in the Ultimate League, and if this is what it's all about and consistently going to be, give me Ultimate League year in and year out, Scott, because playoffs are rocking.
Well, Stevie J is going to be trailing by 1 here, but he's going to get the ball. I want to remind you, we had a minor snafu, so when you see some of the stats show up in game, those aren't going to be accurate.
Those are the stats from the drop-down banner right under that score HUD, Scott.
And so the score's right. Situation is correct, but it's going to be 1st and 10. You see total yards, you see game trends, all that kind of stuff right there. It's because we had a minor snafu.
Stevie!
And here we go, Herschel off to the races. And those are some real stats down to the 17.
Look at Stevie J, comes out in this second half. Gets Herschel going. I think this is a 47-yard scamper. He almost goes to the cribbo. Kiv lucky he's able to get back where Wilson saved the tutty.
In the red zone now. High passes, sharp. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 6.
Read by Stevie J, throws that high pass. You execute that high pass, you just hold that LB button. Aim the left stick up into the angle you want to lead it in. Let it rip. Gets that extra trajectory on the ball. Stevie's moving.
So first and goal from the 6. Play clock on the move here. Stevie's got to get to the line. Hands it off to Herschel. In there for 6. It's Stevie J takes the lead.
That Herschel Walker, Scott, would be the MVP of the Ultimate League for Stevie J, and his ratings are bananas. He's got 92 speed, 90 truck, 91 carry, 92 stiff arm. That item is just a monster, and Stevie J is taking full advantage of it and giving himself the lead against the Kiva.
The lead is now 6. Kiv had a long kick return in the first half. Stevie J's had a couple long runs. See if Tyreek Hill can do it again. It's not great field position.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. There's a touchdown by Stevie, but good kickoff by Stevie. Backs Kiv up at his own 16-yard line, and we haven't seen that a lot in Ultimate League. A lot of pooch kicking, a lot of good returns. Rarely do you see these players make it to at least the 25-yard line. Let's see if Stevie can take advantage of the field position here and D up the Kiva.
Wentz. There's another sack. He's allowed the second most sacks in the league. That stat's a little misleading because he almost passes it on every down. He got a lot more opportunities to sack a player like young Kiv.
Yeah, and last year's Madden championship, that final 32 tournament, Kiv got sacked more than any other player. But here's the thing, you think that's a bad thing, but for a guy like Kiv, what that means is, and similar to Skimbo, he's willing to take the sack, he's willing to throw the ball away, but he doesn't turn the ball over, and that's the important thing, especially when you pass the ball as much as he does. It's important to protect that rock, and taking sacks is part of that.
High snap. That allowed Peppers to get in there. And it's going to be a 4th and 14.
It's a big situation here for Kiv.
You're all the way back at your own 12-yard line.
Here's the thing, if you don't get this first down, if you Kiv, Stevie J, already in field goal position, would be able to just milk clock, kick the field goal, make it 9-point ball game, which is 2 possessions. This is a huge play for Stevie J, because Kiv's going to go for it, Scott. This is big.
Needs 14. Got to get out past the 26-yard line. Has time. Has a man.
What a hit by the Stevie J.
That's a user hit stick that separated the man from the ball.
Oh, I need to see that. Stevie Jabarewski, we saw him make a similar play against Mike Skim in the regular season. Clicks on, punches Kim in the mouth to knock it loose. And he's got all kinds of momentum here, Scott. This is huge. Look at this. Click on. Boom! That's how you hit him. You even get the user hit stick banner. And Kiv, nothing you could really say. You know Stevie J just made a phenomenal play right there.
Field goal would make it a 2-score game.
That's a big-time hit by Stevie J.
A lot has to do with this Herschel Walker. But something we don't talk enough about is how much salary cap Stevie has spent on this offensive line. It's got a lot of speed, a lot of power.
Yeah, we've seen that from some of these players that have made deep runs, Scott. Some people think tanking your own line and salary cap definitely the way to go. Guys like Stevie J and Trueboy beg to differ.
Yeah, you see number 35 there. He's a guy that you need to keep your eye on when Stevie J is running his offense. That's actually an out-of-position Christian Okoye. Remember the Nigerian Nightmare? He was a big fullback. So he's got that speed at guard, so when you're running the pitch, next thing you know, here comes a pulling guard with all kind of speed and great run block. That Christian Okoye has been a game changer.
Yeah, speed, a very underrated rating when it comes to the O-line. Half of the battle in Madden football, virtual football, is you need to get your guys in position to be able to match a block animation. And speed going to be one of the main factors that allows them to get out there quickly, like you said, and put themselves in position where they can at least put a hand on a defender and lay a block down. Sometimes it's not the greatest block, but a lot of times you just need, like I said, just need them to put a hand on them and get space and get on your horse.
It's going to be a neutral zone infraction. 5-yard penalty against Kev. That'll be a first. Against Stevie J. That'll be a 1st and 5, and here we are again. 1st and 10 at the 35.
This is going to be a huge drive here for the Kev. Young Kev down 9 points. And the way Stevie J's offense is, where he just runs the ball so effectively and is able to kill that clock, you're going to need to respond because we're getting late into this ball game.
Hill.
Ooh,
makes a move. He's got the speed. Touchdown, Tyreek!
Boys, Gracie, Hickson, Gracie. How about Stickson, Gracie? Young Kibba.
And Paul Warfield, we'll see on the replay there, he knew it was a touchdown. He started walking off the field.
Oh, that was nasty. And we're talking about you need to respond. This is a big drive. How about Kim gets the ball to Tyreek Hill, gets a little sticky, icky.
2-point game. Pooch kick to the 9. Renfro. Don't let him get loose. And there's the kicker, Heath, who makes the tackle. Take a look at this again.
This is going to be nasty right here. Whoops.
Paul Warfield. Paul Warfield right there says, I'm out. That's a touchdown.
Warfield's not concerned. Warfield don't care.
Touchdown, Tyreek Hill. Gets right back into this. 2-point game.
Gotta watch the draw here, Scott. There it is. Kim all over it.
Submarine by Duke Riley. 2nd and 10. Here's the tempo. He's up under center.
Nice look by Stevie. Goes from a 5-wide look, hurries up into his famous single back tight slot. He's going to air it out.
Rolling, throwing, and Walker can't hang on. He was hit immediately. That's Renfro.
So hard for either one of these players to hold on to momentum in this game, Scott. It's just been back and forth and back and forth. Highly contested battle. Neither one of them wants to budge.
3rd and 10.
There it is, pitch left. There it comes, Scott.
There's Koye getting out in front.
Wow, huge tackle. Huge tackle by Kiv.
4th and 7.
He would have been off to the races if Kiv doesn't make that tackle. Big play, Scott.
Goes to the air. Watch for Ingram. Runs, throws, and it's errant. It's a turnover on downs.
Wow. And this is huge for young Kiv already on Stevie's 38-yard line. Only down 2. Only needs a field goal to take the lead. Game's bananas.
1st and 10. Combined for 58 points. We still got a whole nother quarter to go, and Warfield takes it to the 25.
Just so nice with that low throw. So patient. Usually puts it where only his receiver can get it. My guy or no guy type of attitude.
They've combined for 189 points, and every play has been just like that. Inches away from going either way.
I'm talking about Kiv throwing my guy or no guy type balls. That was almost Stevie's guy all the way. Kiv fortunate he was able to come up with that one. That was a huge play at the end of the 3rd quarter.
189 points this season combined in their 3 matchups. And the lead is only 2 for Stevie J, and young Kiv is driving here at the end of the 3rd. Start of the 4th quarter here between Stevie J and Kiv. It's a 2-point game. Kiv has worked his way to the 11-yard line. 5 minutes to decide who's who's going to win $20,000 and move on to the Final Four there at the Madden Bowl. 1st and 10. High formation, twin to the right. Hands it off to McKinnon. He goes nowhere.
It's going to be the biggest quarter of either one of their Madden careers to date, Scott. It's going to be a battle of wills here in this tight game. Who's going to be able to make the plays? Who's going to get the glory? Who's going to secure the bag for that extra $20,000? And who's going with us to the conference finals of Madden Bowl?
2nd and 10. Field goal will give them the lead. So will a touchdown, and Bo carries it for 6. 3rd and 4. The first down is a possibility. I believe he'd have to get to the half-yard line. 4:12 to go.
It's going to be a big, big, big 3rd down right here. Because if Skiv doesn't get this, he really needs to consider just kicking the field goal, taking the 1-point lead.
They both have already earned $20,000 in the playoffs. The winner can add 20 more, and the low throw skips its way through the end zone. Here comes the field goal.
1-point games, 2-point games. This is intense in the playoffs of the Ultimate League, Scott.
Up and good. 31-30. 3:56 to go.
You thought you had to deal with pressure during the day? How about young Kiv and Stevie J with 3:56 left in a 1-point ball game with 20K on the line, playing some high-level John Madden football. The ball goes! The ball goes!
And it's the kicker! The kicker recovers! It was Heath! He can kick the ball, he can make plays, and he can recover. That's why you get an out-of-position kicker by the name of Heath.
Look at the reaction from Kiv. He knows how big that was. In a 1-point ball game in the 4th quarter, able to come up big on special teams. Here he goes. It's McKinnon. He's on his horse.
Touchdown, Kev. He can go up by 8.
Does he go for 2 here? I think he's going to go for 2, Scott. He's going to try to make it 2 possessions.
How diabolical could this be?
If he does, this is the biggest play in the game so far. If you could go up 2 possessions with 3:47 left in the 4th quarter, it'll do wonders for your chances to win this game.
They're thinking about it.
He's going. He's going. Play clock's winding down, though. He might take the delay of game and just kick.
Don't rush.
He's going.
Handing it off. Bo Jackson.
It's close.
No.
He stopped him.
Huge stop by Stevie J. You could have made it easily an 8-point game. He was trying to make it 9. He was trying to clinch this thing.
Oh, he went for the gusto. Stevie J not having none of it. And after that fumble on special teams to only be down 7 if you're Stevie J, I think you got to take it.
Given a gift with some Madden magic.
Come on.
Can Renfro return it? Fumble again! And he's got it again!
Same animation! Same place, same spot!
Let's go, man.
I'm going to throw up.
No way! Oh, poor Stevie J, Steven Javorowski in a 20K game, leaving himself susceptible to just get clapped by the low hit stick. Kid with the user hit stick fumble.
Back-to-back, Landon Collins, one of the biggest hitters in the game.
And
maybe won Kiv the game.
And I'll tell you what, going back to the regular season, when it came to turnovers and takeaways, Kiv was plus 15 with 22 takeaways, only 7 giveaways. But Stevie J at -1 with 10 takeaways and 11 giveaways continues the trend here in the playoffs.
Let's flash back to the Madden challenge in our minds, where the wheels came off the wagon.
Gosh, here he goes.
As McKinnon scores again. He was playing dreamy for the challenge, for the belt. The wheels came off the wagon. The wildest 90 seconds we've seen in all of Madden. He went from up 3 to down almost 20 points in about 90 seconds. I'm not saying he deserved it, but here's some redemption. And I know Stevie J doesn't deserve it, but Kev, just like that, you were down 2, and now you're up 14.
And hats off to young Kev, like you said, Coltrane. He's gone through it this season. He's had to fight through adversity, but to land those big user hit sticks, and all you can do is put yourself in a position to make plays and hope good things happen. That's exactly what Kev did. And if you're Stevie J, you got to have a short memory. You're only down 2 touchdowns. You got all 3 of your timeouts, 3 or 4 left. The ball game's not over, but you have some real adversity to fight through.
I'm not defending it. I don't like it.
It stinks.
But it happens.
It happens. And you know what? If you're Stevie J, you could have ran out of bounds. You could go down. There's a mechanic to go down and avoid the big hit.
He's trying to get the big return.
You're going for the glory, and sometimes you get popped.
Kev had a kickoff for a touchdown in the first half, and then he recovers.
Here you go,
back-to-back kickoffs. 3 huge special team plays have really put a stamp on this game thus far.
And how often have we seen it in big games of competitive Madden, special teams often being the difference? You better come ready to play in all 3 phases of the game. And this is just more proof as to why.
Take a look at it again. Can't get away. Still has 3 timeouts, 2:30 to go. You just seen by what Kev did. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Gets away from one.
Big
hit. Hello. That's Mel Renfro.
And we have seen Stevie take some big hits on his quarterback.
But now you got to take the chances. What do you got to lose? You're down 14. You got to go.
Yeah, you got to leave it all out there on the virtual gridiron.
Mariota to Ingram. It's going to bring up a 4th down at the 2-minute warning. You cannot call a timeout. You got to score. Then based on the situation.
Yes. You got to keep all 3 of those timeouts, Scott. They're like gold right now. But more importantly, you need this 3 yards.
This might be 4th in the game.
Very well could be.
Mariota has a pocket, has time, throws a pick. There is Duke Riley. Who? Duke Riley. All the way down to the 26. If you play Madden football, especially salary cap, you know who Duke Riley is, and he made the biggest play thus far.
And more importantly, for young Kev, is he gets the turnover on downs, but he also gets it in field goal range. And even though Stevie has 3 timeouts, he's going to have to use them here. And Kev will likely be able to at least kick a field goal and make this 3 possessions. It's smart of young Kev right there to make sure he spun back toward inbounds to keep that clock moving.
Look at this again. It's 4th and 3. You got to throw it. Duke Riley is sitting on the pick.
It's Shea Kipling. 2.5-year chase for this belt. And I got a feeling he's a step closer to accomplishing his goal, but he still has work to do.
High formation. Twins to the right. Clock on the move. 2nd and 7. Hands it off. Bo. Rumbling, but he's going to lose 2.
What a ball game. So much heart, so much emotion. You had Stevie J, the 33rd seed. Last year, just on the outside looking in of the Madden Championship. Comes back this year, makes some real noise. Trying to accomplish his goals. It's looking grim, but he's been a fighter all the way through. And then young Kev, you heard him, on this belt chase for 2.5 years, grinding the circuit, making live event after live event. And he looks like he's on his way to victory here. And with this win and this extra $20,000, that'll put him over $100,000 in Madden earnings over the last 2 years, and he's still got room to flourish and make more bread.
You can talk about Dubby Trueboy. You can talk about Skimbo Problem. Is this the new rivalry in Madden football. Stevie J and Kiv, they've been epic.
I'll tell you what, I could be at home. Oh, man, that was close. And the next time you tell me that Stevie J and young Kiv are going to lock in on the sticks, I'm tuning in.
3 games, 208 points combined.
It's good Madden football, entertaining Madden football.
Here we go again. This time it's Herschel.
Get out of bounds, Stevie. Scott, how much fun have we had in these playoffs of the Ultimate League? And poor Stevie J, you see him, he's just so demoralized, but he needs to hold his head up. He's just going to come out and kneel the ball, and this game's going to be over. Kiv will advance. But you just got to take a moment to tip your hat to Stevie J. He was an underdog. Nobody thought he would be here. He fought through adversity, made a name for himself, put on for his girlfriend Lexi, mom and Ned, dad Steve Sr., but today is young Kiv's day.
Kiv with the victory, 47-30. He'll move on to the Final Four of the Ultimate League. We call it the Madden Bowl, and it's an all-top Madden Final Four. Young Kiv, Blocky, Dreeny, and True. What a game. An unbelievable battle, contest. And here is the conference championship. In the Legend Conference, Dreeny will take on True. And young Kiv versus Blocky. I can't think of 4 more deserving Madden players than those 4 right there. They've been to the gauntlet, and they have an opportunity to be champions. And Adrian Lawrence is standing by with Stevie J and young Kiv.
Thanks, Scott. 2 great competitors, and 1 winner here. And we always talk about the mythical gods, Kiv, in terms of them having favor for some and not for others. And earlier in the season, it didn't seem to go your way. How does it feel that the mythical gods from Madden are on your side this time?
It feels amazing. I couldn't stop him at all, and the game gave me 2 fumbles, basically 2 stops, and I was able to capitalize off that. He's really, like, you cannot say he's underrated anymore. I'd rather face Ghost and Skimbo than him. His offense is so hard to stop, and he's really good on defense, so I got a lot of respect for him.
And also, you had talked about those fumbles that were pretty crazy in the 4th there. It was like deja vu, back to back. How'd you make that come to pass?
I was able to kick it to the sideline, and he had to return it because it was in front of the touchdown line. And I was able to click on and get a hit stick, and somehow it stayed in bounds both times. It was literally like the same exact play both times. So it feels really good to get lucky. I'm not gonna lie. He played great, and I felt like I played good. But I just hats off to him. I got a lot of respect for him.
And you're also moving on to the conference finals. That, it's all your friends, top Madden people. What makes you guys so elite?
We just talk a lot. We talk about different stuff. We lab stuff, and we're finding stuff to be better at the game, basically, and we just share each other's minds, really, and it shows. The 4 last people in the event are top Madden, and if you want to improve your game, go to topmadden.com.
All right, well, congratulations and best of luck. And Stevie J, you really did give it your all here. How do you think your performance was?
I think I did pretty well. Obviously, a little short of the goal, but I mean, sometimes it's just not meant to be. Like, I played well. I could have stopped him more, and I put myself in a better position, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do. But it's all right. It is what it is. Like, he got screwed out of a bunch of money over the past year or so. So I guess it's just his time. So good luck to him the rest of the way. Hope he takes it all.
And you have a lot to be proud about coming this far. But also, when I would interview the competitors, they'd often say that they were most afraid to face you. You are the man who has the incredible ground game. What are you going to take with you in terms of preparing for next season?
Obviously that's my strong suit. So I'm just gonna prepare like I always do, and yeah, that's basically it. I'm just hats off to Kiv. Thankful for the opportunity, and just couldn't get it done.
Congrats on all you've accomplished. Best of luck. To you, Dave Enrico.